My name is Tammy Corbin, and I am running for Hampshire County Assessor. I have worked at the assessor's office for 10 years now. I started out in personal property and I worked there for 6 years doing personal and business assessments. I did farm reports, I did farm stickers, just everything that involves personal property. And then I moved down into our real estate division where I started out in data entry, deposits, and monthly reports. And then I was moved to transfer clerk where I now handle deed transfers, surveys, plats, everything like that. I also do manage timber. Um, I handle estates, homesteads, and I work with our mapping division closely because I'm the one that does all the splits and mergers for the county, and then I submit it to them. I've lived here for my whole life. My parents are John and Charlene Corbin. My father is called Tink to everyone, so we're all full of little nicknames. And I have one daughter, Adeline, she's 6, and then I have a bonus daughter, Charisma, who is 19. Well, out of the three of us, I have been there longer. And also, I have experience in both personal property and real estate. I've gone out and did assessments in the field. I've done just about everything but the assessor's actual work pretty much. My first goal would be to honestly follow in the footsteps of the current assessor, Norma. She's done a really good job at keeping things fair and equal throughout the county in regards to all the codes for West Virginia. My second goal would to try to keep as many employees that are currently there as possible. They're a great team. They know what they're doing and they follow protocol and just do their best to make sure everything is correctly done. We're currently working on a newer system for data entry, and it has had its challenges with getting everything valued properly. Sometimes it's not pulling the right information, and we have to go back and double check to make sure that it's correct. I would like to work closer with the state tax department who implemented the system and see what we can do about getting those bugs figured out. I know that they are aware of a lot of them, but it would be nice to get it worked out to where you didn't have to recheck and recheck. For personal property, we go by the NADA values on vehicles, and then we don't tax on 100% of those values. We take 60%, and then we use the levy rate to figure out what the tax amount is going to be. And it's kind of basically the same with real estate, other than the way that the land breakdown is done, how many parcels are owned that are touching. There's also depends on the buildings that are on the property. If it's farmland, it can get a tax break on that or exemption. There's homestead exemption. So there's many ways that we value real estate, but the way that we calculate the final tax amount is the same. You get a land and building assessed value, a total value, and then we do that 60% of that and then apply the levy rate. I think so. We have done it the same way for many years that I've worked there. There are some that are going up due to houses selling for higher rates. So that is raising some of the value on houses, but that's something that just occurs by higher values on homes and what they're selling for. I would say we're very efficient. All of us have been through training that needed to be done for to qualify for the state codes. Everyone is trained in their duties and their job descriptions. So I would say the offices ran very efficiently. Norma does make sure that we get things done on time and in a reasonable manner, and make sure that we contact people back that need to be contacted that have called in with questions. I honestly think that it would be. There's changes every year. So you have to just be able to learn the codes and follow the protocol through West Virginia. In college, I took a lot of criminal justice classes. So I am a true crime documentary watcher and podcast listener. The most important thought is my experience with this assessor's office. I have been there for 10 years. I have worked in most of the departments, so I do know a good bit about how assessments are done and how field work is done. So I feel like my experience is probably the main thing that would be most important.